Alrighty, welcome to Module 4, Lesson 16, the problem set. And in this lesson, we are going to reason about attributes to construct quadrilaterals on square or triangular grid paper. So we're going to be constructing some more quadrilaterals. Let's get started. All right, so for number 1, it says to use the grid paper. On the grid paper, draw at least one quadrilateral that fits the description. Use the given segment as one segment of the quadrilateral. Name the figure that you drew using one of the terms from below. So we're looking at making either a parallelogram. These are our choices here: parallelogram, square, trapezoid, rectangle, or rhombus. Okay. Well, let's look at this. Well, let's look at the definition for the first one. It says a quadrilateral that has at least one pair of parallel sides. Okay, one pair of parallel sides. Well, what can we do? One pair of parallel sides. Well, I kind of remember that definition as being the definition of a trapezoid. So I'm going to try and draw a trapezoid here. So let's see. What if I start about, this one looks like it starts up here on this line, so I can make that the parallel line. So why don't I do that? I'll make this the parallel line up here. And let's see, let's stop on that dot there. And then I'll do one down here. But look at and then we can make this one, as long as this is parallel, we're good to go. It doesn't matter how long this line could be as long as I want it to be, as long as it's not the same length as this one. If I go here, right here, that would be the same length, and that would be a parallelogram. So I don't want it the same length. So let's just cut that down to about that size. And now if I connect these 2 points here, between here and here, what do I have? I have a parallelogram, and I know it's a parallelogram because, not a parallelogram, I'm sorry, trapezoid. It's a trapezoid because this line and this line segment are both parallel. So this is indeed you got it, trapezoid. Okay, we made a trapezoid, yay! All right, let's try the next one on for size and see if it fits. We're looking for a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. 4 right angles. Well, I know that a square has 4 right angles, but also a rectangle has 4 right angles. And it didn't say that the sides have to be the same. So let's just make a rectangle. Okay, so let's try and make this angle here. Let's try to make that does that look like a 90-degree angle to you? Not to me. How about to here? That looks like a right angle to me. Okay, and it's doing beep to me again. And let's see. Now I want to make sure that I got another right angle. So let's try. They all got to be right angles. Let's try that over here. Where should I go? I think I go right to there. And then I connect these 2, and there we go. Those are right angles, and we know the right angles, so I'm going to mark those right angles. That's a right angle, and that's a right angle, and that's a right angle, and that's a right angle. There's no wrong angles here. All right. So we have 4 right angles, and we have 2 sets of parallel lines. So we know then that this is a rectangle. Okay. Let's move along. And so let's see. So let's just check this out. We did so far we've done a rectangle and a trapezoid. Let's see what's next. All right, let's keep going here. And our next one is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides. Well, that rectangle has 2 pairs of parallel sides, but let's shoot for the old parallelogram. Let's see if we can do that one. All right. Well, let's look at this and let's see what we can see. Well, Well, I want to make two pairs. Okay, well, doesn't have to have any right angles, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's just connect that one, okay? And then look, that was 3 spaces, so let's go up 3 spaces. 1, 2, let's go up 3 spaces here. Whoops, that got a little crookedy crook. Let's get that a little straighter since I have my handy dandy tool here that I can just make that straighter. There we go. And it's doing that perfect again. So when I connect these, we should have created a parallelogram. And I know they're parallel because it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So I know then that this side and this side are parallel, and this side and this side are parallel. So that's how I know I got 2 sets of parallel lines. And if we go back up for a moment, now I've created a parallelogram, okay? Created a trapezoid, created a rectangle, square, and rhombus. I haven't. So let's see. I wonder if the next one's going to be a square rhombus. Let's see what we got. We want a quadrilateral, okay, that has at least one pair of perpendicular sides. So one pair of perpendicular sides and at least one pair of parallel sides. Well, no, it's not going to be a square or a rhombus. So let's see what we can do. We want it to have a perpendicular side, one pair of perpendicular and one pair of parallel. All right, one pair of parallel, one pair of perpendicular. All right, let's think about this. Let's see, what are we going to do here? All right, so let's do this. Let's go with a parallel here, okay? And we'll go with a parallel here, okay? And then if we connect these, now it says at least one pair of perpendicular sides. Well, I actually have 2 pairs of perpendicular sides. These 2 are perpendicular and these 2 are perpendicular. These other angles are not perpendicular. So do you know what shape that is? You guessed it. It's a trapezoid. So they tricked us. We didn't use all those ones in the box. But there may be more on the flip side. So let's mosey on down to the flip side and see if we can keep making shapes. Well, what do you know? It looks like there's still shapes to be made, but this time we're using a little different, it's called grid paper, and it has, we're going to draw a quadrilateral again, and use the segment of the quadrilateral name. Okay, so it's basically the same things we've been doing before. The grids are a little different. These are our triangular grids instead of the regular square grids on the other paper, grid paper. But let's see what we can do with these. It says it wants a quadrilateral with 2 sets of parallel sides. Well, we learned before that 2 sets of parallel sides is well, let's do it and see if we can figure this out. So let's go to green for a moment. And let's go up to this part right here. And then it says to go across 2 of them and connect it right there. Okay. And then we're going to connect these lines here and this line here. Whoops. That one went a little cuckoo on me again. Let's get that straightened up since I can do it. Let's straighten that up. And this one here. So what does it look like, folks? That is that's right, a parallelogram. It's a parallelogram, and we know it's a parallelogram because this line and this line are parallel, and this line and this line is parallel. Okay, so those are 2 sets of parallel lines. And we've got this one, a quadrilateral that has 4 right angles. Quadrilateral with 4 right angles. Okay, Well, let's construct a way and see what happens. We need to make a right angle. There's a right angle. And well, let's make that one not quite so long. I could have done that, but I don't really want to make a square. So let's see. Let's go all the way down to there. Okay. Make another right angle here. Yep, here, there, and everywhere. And then connect these two here. And what do we make? These are all right angles. So what did we make? Right angle, right angle, right angle. It's not a square, because if it was a square, all the sides have to have the same length, so it is a rectangle. All right. Well, now let's go to the last ones, which are our Scooby-Dooby answers that want us to explain something. Oh, so you got some splaining to do. Okay, we got some splaining to do. Let's do this. Explain the attributes that make a rhombus different from a rectangle. A rhombus different from a rectangle. Pause the video and see what you come up with. Alrighty, how'd you do? Well, this is a pretty long answer, but basically a rhombus is different because the rectangle has a rectangle because all four sides of a rhombus are the same length. In a rectangle, only the opposite sides are equal. Also, a rhombus does not have to have right angles, where a rectangle has 4 right angles. And last but not least, what's the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between a square and a rhombus? What attributes make a square different from a rhombus? Pause the video, hit play when you're ready. Alrighty, how'd you do? Well, a square is different from a rhombus because a square must have 4 right angles and 4 equal sides. A rhombus only needs to have 4 equal sides, does not have to have right angles. Well, that's it for Module 4, Lesson 16, and we're at the end of the module, so the next time I'll catch you, it'll be on Module 5. So I'll catch you next time, same place. Hasta la vista, baby. You're done with the whole module. Well, good for you. Well, do your homework. Psst, video's over. Get to work.